A lot, yeah. Faster than the water itself.
Alright, we can hang out 30 seconds for Jim. Hey, Jim. Call the meeting to order. Water Sewer Committee meeting. Petitions by citizens on non-agenda items. Yeah.
This is my first time at a city meeting. I don't know what to do exactly, so what do I need
You
to
can
do?
just tell us now. I think we'll hopefully answer the questions you have in the course of the meeting. Technically, we're not supposed to directly answer the petitions by citizens, but if you don't get the answers you want in the meeting, I mean, we'll talk to you after.
Okay. Well, I actually brought my dirty dishes because this water is not cleaning my dishes. No matter how much I scrub these things before they get going in my dishwasher, they're not getting clean. My whites are being yellowed. They are not getting clean, as you can see. Nothing is getting clean. I'm worried about my hot water heater. I'm worried about my dishwasher. I'm worried about my laundry. Like, is somebody, like, I'm having to do my dishes 2 or 3 times sometimes to get them clean. Is anybody going to be volunteering to come into my house to clean my dishes? This is insanity. I'm doing sanitary loads this on incredibly hot water. I'm rinsing them 3 times, washing them on the sanitary load, and then rinsing them again 3 times, and they're still coming out dirty. Something needs to be done about this water. It's insane. Hard water, there's some studies now suggesting that hard water is possibly implemented in prostate problems, impotence, reproductive issues. Something needs to be done now about this hard water issue. Not in 6 months, not in 2 years, however long this takes. It needs to be done now. You need to soften this water. It's crazy. Anything?
That's what the meeting will be about. We're
Yeah.
going to talk about the updates on the water.
Yeah, but when is it going to happen quickly? Is it going to happen in the next 30 days? I mean, this has been 6 months, almost, no. When did it transition over? I noticed it within about 2 days of it transitioning over. Everything started not working properly, and especially my dishwasher. Within 2 days. I thought my dishwasher was broken. I tore it all apart, cleaned it. Nothing worked. Nothing is working. My toilets are not getting clean. They're not staying clean. My shower is not, I have to continuously dip it in the hard water stuff to get it clean. It's insane. This water needs to be fixed immediately.
And like I said, that's what we're going to be talking about on number 2. And I'm happy to talk to you afterwards more, and if we don't answer all the questions, but hopefully everything that you just brought up will be discussed tonight, and we'll talk about the solutions.
I run a business where things are dirty. I'm a service dog trainer, and it's muddy in my backyard, and my dogs come into the house, and I have to keep it clean, and nothing is getting clean. I'm sure I smell like dog because my clothes aren't getting clean. So I mean, it's ridiculous. So that's a concerned citizen. Anybody gonna pay for my new clothes or my possibly new water heater that I might need? Concerned citizen again.
And we understand, like I said, this is what the meeting is going to be discussing. And like I said, if you want to talk to any of us afterwards, after you hear what we're talking about for the update, we'll be happy to talk to you.
Can I pass around my dirty sheets and my dirty dishes? Is everybody else having this issue as well?
Yes.
Yeah, exactly. This is a women's issue. If this was a man's issue, it would be immediately dealt with, but it's a woman's issue at this point.
After the meeting, if you want to give us your name and your address, and we'll try to help you in any extra way that we can.
I do not have several $1,000s for a water softening system in my house. I make no money helping disabled people.
Well, like I said, we're talking about the update to the water softener. That's exactly what this meeting is about.
Yeah.
So we will be discussing that at length here right away. Number 2, approval of the 2/3/25 water sewer committee meeting minutes. I confirmed with Michelle, we approved those as utility. Number 3, water plant update. JR, do you want to?
Yeah, let you give everybody an update. I do have some good news. I wrote down here, I do see a light at the end of the pipe for me. So we have identified where the material's coming from. It's coming out of well 2. And we're working with the well drilling company on resolving that issue. However, well 1 and well 3 we're operating right now, which has little to no sand solids in it, which brings me to my next point, which we'll start softening here soon. The new distributors, we're installing reactor 1. I got a message here at 6:06. The new distributors are in reactor 1. We should start testing this tomorrow, make sure everything is operating correctly on the reactors as they should, and then we should be softening very soon.
The reactor was softens the water.
That is correct. That's correct. So, and then the well drain company, we're working on that resolution on well 2. So,
Keeping in mind, we are not using well 2 because of the issue.
That's what I was gonna ask, so we're not using well 2 since that sandy material's come out of it, thank you.
we've been working diligently on identifying that. Nathan's been down at the well, I think it's 5 o'clock Saturday morning, not the well, but identifying where the material's coming from. We've been monitoring it. We're really trying to get this accomplished, just because of all the concerns that we're overseeing and getting. So it's definitely a project that's on our forefront on resolving. So I thank Nathan for being pretty much on it all weekend long and figuring some of this out.
So we start testing the reactors tomorrow. Then we, as long as there's no issues, we can bring them online fully in the next 42 to 72 hours possibly. And I'm not hammering you down, but I mean, if everything goes according to plan, the timeline would be
very soon. Hopefully in the next few days. And then after that, it'll be about 3 to 5 days before the water actually is mixed into the city system. We process about 1 million gallons a day. So we use most of our storage, within a day, so that it'll be all mixed in line. I know we said that before, but like I said, I see the pipe on.
Sure. And that was the 2 things I did want to bring up is since we brought the plant online and the softeners weren't working to the way it was designed. When you have big projects like this, sometimes things don't come on exactly like we hoped. We've been working on it to get a solution. Right now, obviously, we talk about everything's safe with the water. It's the hardness level. The water is harder now than it was when we were getting it from Illinois American. When the softeners come online, the water will be softer than we were getting from Illinois American. Right now, we're getting hardness that's comparable to other municipalities, people pulling out of aquifers that don't soften. That was never our intention. It will never be our intention. We'll get the softeners figured out, and in the long term, we'll be able to have softer water, and we'll be able to provide it at a cheaper rate for each resident of Waterloo. And we did have, like I said, with the startup, there has been issues getting it going, but we'll get resolved, and in the long term, it'll be good. Like I said, on 2 fronts, it will be softer, and it'll be more cost effective for all of our residents.
And the solid separator for reactor 2 will be installed tomorrow, and the other distributors at reactor 2 will be installed tomorrow as well.
Okay.
So the other reactor will be online, barring any issues with testing, but the reactor 2 will be online this week.
So keeping in mind that we can supply the city with only the one reactor, we don't need the second one.
Just redundancy.
Exactly.
Redundant.
And once they get going, will be perfect. Because if we have an issue with one in the future, the other one should be able to. I mean, that was why we built it that way, just to have redundancy. That is reactor softener update, is there anything else going on that you would like to? I'm not trying to put you on the spot here, I just
No,
want you,
that's-
we didn't talk before this about anything you wanted to go over.
That's the water plant updates. You want to move on to comments?
Sure.
So as far as comments, this afternoon, we had a contractor hit one of our water mains at Whale Ridge on the new phase going in, which impacted Remington Ridge and Country Club Hill subdivisions. We had our underground crew mobilized out there quickly, coordinated with the Cold War. We identified what we needed to do as far as a oil order, sampling. I contacted CERTOP contacted the Illinois EPA to get information on how many samples they need to do, notifying them that we had about 180 to 200 people impacted by this. So, and then the underground crew went out and flushed hydrants to get the air out of those mains because there is a valley that runs through. Our public works admin, Kelly, she contacted Monroe County Health Department, just notifying them of the issue. Sarah Kelly issued the oil order this afternoon as well. We were on that. So hope to take samples tomorrow morning at the tech lab.
So the water leak has been fixed,
That's correct.
but because there was disruption in service, we have to follow the guidelines, which we're doing, and then once the boil order is lifted, we'll let all the rest.
Yep. So
That's something we text message out.
So Code Red is our emergency notification system.
Yeah.
People have to sign up for it. It's not something that everybody is automatically enrolled in. Whenever they register for it, they can choose to receive calls, texts, or emails, or a combination of the three. So then we use that system to put messages such as boil water orders out to the community. We can choose the residents by map. So it only went to those residents, not to everyone in the system.
JR, when something like that happens, the contractor with Strip Line, are they responsible for any of our costs, or all of our costs? Their insurance, are they bonded or what?
they would be insured and bonded as part of the development process. I haven't gotten that far.
I'm just curious, in general, they would be required to reimburse us and then.
I believe so. That should be the process.
Should be.
But,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we've got time and effort plus standpoint and those types of things.
Was more than they just did.
There was a cap that they were, I believe, I understand they were tying onto and getting ready to tie onto it. They hit the cap that came off. So it was the end of the next phase of the Whale Ridge subdivision. So, and it brings me to another point is we'd like to loop that system from Country Club Hill subdivision, which comes to the sewer treatment plant, get back into the backside of Remlock area or I see that general area at some point soon. So they would receive pressure, coming from that direction as well. That's something that's been on our radar and aware of that. Something we need to do in the future when that comes available to us.
JR, do you have anything else under comments?
That's all I had.
Anybody on the committee have anything under comments?
Anything about the extension to the north? That needs to be discussed right now. Any update?
Actually, the jacking war was started today by Illinois American. I'm not sure who the contractor is, and it appears that it was originally planned has changed. That all happened today, so I'm not sure when it is.
And we'll have a better idea for the utility meeting
Right.
next week.
There was some, I believe, some different agreements that were worked out today. But again, until we actually see it right, we're not going to look at this.
Okay.
Anyone else under comments? Motion to adjourn. Russ Brown, second.
Second.
Joel, all in favor?
Aye.
Motion approved. Meeting adjourned. 7:15.